speaker view. Pin. Start the webinar. Wow, there's quite a lot of people here too. Hello, Master Maz here from Brain Education Middle East. Welcome, welcome one and all. Thank you all so much for joining our Sunday night Brain Education ME live session right to your homes. Pocket size, big screen size, everything size. And today's focus will be the gut, happy brain. All right. Oh, we got no sound, it looks like. Can we check the audio? Audio input for the Zoom. Audio input for the Zoom. Yeah? She can't hear it. I can hear you. Oh, I'm okay. Okay, so we can hear you. So maybe Vina, let's try and put up the sound maybe on your end. Anyone watching us on the tube as well, let us know if you are watching, comment, and let's see who you are. Yeah, great. Okay, so go ahead and make sure you got the right speaker on if you're on Zoom. And let's see, we got MK, Fatma, Heba, Jane. Lots of Janes. Nice. Macarena. And then go ahead, we got Noura as well. Welcome one and all. Thank you so much for joining. So go ahead and get comfortable. We're going to talk for just about 5 minutes on what we're going to be doing today. Have a seat. Then we're going to stand right back up and we're going to start our gut braining practical and then go towards the mat. So make sure you have a mat nearby. I'd like to show you what kind of mats we usually use. We buy them in from Korea. These are brain education specific mats that we tailor. Just 1 second. So to give you an idea, these mats are nice and thick and plush. So go ahead and give them a shot from camera 3. Yep, there it is. So there it is, camera 3. There we go. So nice and thick and plush, really nice and comfortable for your low back as well as your back. Make sure you've got something nice and thick. And they're cotton, so they're breathable. So I would actually prefer something of a nice thick rug texture than a thin vinyl or kind of rubbery mat. So make sure your back is nice and comfortable. All right, and with that, let's get right into the theory before we get into the practical. All right, everybody. So welcome one and all. Gut is a really nice and special session for me specifically because I really enjoy eliminating low back pains. And this is the interesting part about gut, right? So most of the time when people actually discuss the attributes of good gut health, they discuss the gut directly and specifically only. So you've got this brain up here, right? And you've got this brain, and you've also got this brain. They're all brains, and it all comprises brain education. Physical health and vitality, longevity. This is also emotional resilience and maturity, and of course a lot of the wisdom and the clarity up here. And all three compose the brain structure that is inside our head brain. Limbic system being the emotion, above that the neocortex or the thought, and below that the brainstem that connects to the body, that is all autonomous, automatic. You don't have to worry about it, kind of sorts itself out. So let's go through this a little bit. Usually when people tell you to focus on your gut, it's usually what you eat, what you intake, or your lifestyle habits. What I mean by that is that you try to focus on what you put into your mouth or what you do. But no one specifically suggests, let's say, trying to activate the gut directly. So let's get a little bit of a closer shot on this whiteboard here. All right, so when we talk about the gut health, right, so what you put into it and how you activate your lifestyle, the things you do and things you don't do. But if I were to tell you that you can stimulate the gut directly through actual palpation and activate different parts of the gut, energetically, physiologically, as well as in the sense of musculoskeletally, yes, even our musculoskeletal system and our nervous system has an effect on how our gut activates. There is so much benefit from that that is not just in the gut, like improving your microbiome system, but so much stuff around it. You can improve your joint health because right next to the gut, if you guys recall, are your hip joints, right there. So more circulation inside the gut, you improve flexibility in your hips, as well as right behind the gut, as you guys know, there's the gut right there. Behind there, the low back, you actually improve pain levels in terms of how you manage them. Let's say if you're having musculoskeletal issues, relieve that area, the fascia, the skin that's holding onto the organs, relieve all of that, and you will actually exhibit less pain inside your body. Now, of course, the closer joints that are also the shoulders, right up here, very direct in terms of the sensation, but even energetically, if you understand about acupuncture or acupressure points, the intestine meridian, the energy line for the meridian, actually runs through the back of the shoulder. So often at times when we have stiffnesses inside our intestines, you can go ahead and test yourself out right here. You will find some stiffnesses in the shoulder that correlate. But when this softens up, you'll notice that you'll have a lot less shoulder tension. It's incredible how you can actually relieve shoulder pain or joint pains just by activating the gut. That's the beautiful thing about it. So not only will you activate improvement and benefit through gut health of your intestinal, digestion, toxicity levels, immunity levels, but also joint health, pain levels, as well as overall physiological balance, just by activating the areas of the gut. And that's what makes this process very different, in that through the gut, we can help heal so much. It's not that when you target the gut, you help heal the gut alone. And yes, the brain gets affected too. Did you guys know that serotonin and dopamine gets excreted through the gut mostly more than it does through the brain? So you will activate a lot more happy hormones, a lot more joyful hormones just by stimulating this area here. So you'll actually affect your mood disposition, even the way you think, just by what you do to this area here. And we can activate that in just 5 minutes. So for the rest of this exercise, we're going to actually step into the physical, and we're going to start by moving. And then we're going to go into a breathing form that is specific to the gut and gut alone. Now, for those who are interested in energy and how your energy changes, this will be interesting for you to know. So between the heart and the intestines, right, is the diaphragm. Now, the diaphragm, funnily enough, in this area here is your third chakra. Right, so this is the part where you have will and courage come out. But right down here in the center of the gut is your second chakra, and this is where you actually, let's go ahead and get a camera 2, a clearer picture. Yeah, right here is your second chakra, so where you get a better disposition of energy physiologically, physically of your danjian, what we call the danjian, or otherwise in Chinese dantian, or second chakra in the chakra system. You accumulate much more energy here. And if you guys didn't know, the gut is the only organ out of these three that actually charges with energy. The reason why that is because the way the ions are kind of placed, or let's say structured, is positive, negative, right? So when you have a positive, negative ion structure, you can actually charge just like a battery. But in the heart, even though it displaces more energy, there's so much circulation happening inside the heart, distributing throughout the entire body, The problem with this in terms of charging is that it's all over the place. You get positive, positive, negative, negative, positive, negative. It's all over the place in terms of the ion structure. So it doesn't charge, but it does displace so much more energy. But this is where you accumulate energy. This is why we focus so much on the dungeon, on the gut in brain education, so that you can actually store energy, change your vitality, and that's how you change your mind, by movement, changing the energy through movement, changing the spirit through energy. So that's how all three get connected. Now, with all that said, if you guys have any questions, please, 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 please do not hesitate to type them out. And of course, if you have any comments about the whole process, I'd love for you to experience it, because we want to do a little bit of a quick sharing towards the end and have you guys explain or describe to us what you realize, what you awaken to, because brain education isn't just about the practice and the application, it's also about what you recognize. So it's not just feeling good, it's also what you learned about the process, what you learned about yourself during the process. So let's go ahead and save some time for the practical, because we got a lot to get through. All right? The meridians connected to the left or the right shoulder, or both? This is a great question, MK. So I'm going to spend just one more minute on explaining just that with the help of, where is our esteemed friend? Meridian Man. All right. So Meridian Man is going to help us explain this. So you guys may have seen me pull out Meridian Man. الرجل المسار الطاقي. So let's get a quick closer look on Meridian Man up here. So see that, get a little closer shot here over the shoulders. So see that little zigzag line there? Boom, 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 boom. That is the actual intestine meridian that runs through the back of the shoulders, right there, right there. And that is what affects our shoulder tensions, but it's actually an intestinal line that runs all the way down to our hands, right through to our pinky. So that's the intestinal meridian line. And it actually continues way back up. Let's go back up over here. Keep going. Through to the side of the head. So even your intestines can actually affect your headaches. Your headaches. So even when you come to the actual headaches that you feel, your temporal lobes, your tension headaches, that could also be because of how cramped, having issues with your digestion in your intestines. So headaches can be affected meridian-wise. Now, the idea about right or left is that it's symmetrical. Often, Meridian Man only shows one half of his body. That's because he wants to show you the musculoskeletal system on the other half. But all the meridians on one side are reflected identically on the other side. So yes, when you affect the intestines across the board, you actually affect the meridians on both sides of the body. And that's really good to help understand the connection with the brain. So final thoughts, just to kind of get your idea straight through this. The left side of the body connects to the right side of the brain. And the right side of the body connects to the left side of the brain. Why is this important? Because usually the right side of the brain is generally dealing with more emotional kind of function or processes. So that means if you have any tensions on the left side of the body, know that by a rule of thumb, not a fact, because it's different for every person, but a general rule of thumb is that that's generally more emotional tension. And on the right side of the body, being connected by the left side of the brain, that's usually the more thinking, critical side of the brain. So if you have some more tension on the right side, that's probably more critical thinking, more dissonance in your thoughts. So you want an ideal, but you're not seeing it happen. So you're thinking about, why is it like that? That kind of stress is usually up here. All right. So thanks, Karen, for coming in. I'm amazed that you managed to sort out your time with all these online courses. It's incredible. Thank you so much for making time for you. All right, everybody. So that's it. I hope that explains it, Miss MK. And actually, it's a pretty good comment to have about the meridian system, because Meridian Man, unfortunately, only shows one half of his body, but it is symmetric on both sides. So if the intestine meridian is on one side, it's actually symmetric on the right side as well. And that's it. So let's get straight to it. Clear the decks. You don't need your chairs anymore, not until the very end when we talk to each other. And now get your mats ready, but on the side, because we're going to move first, and then we're going to go to the breathing postures, and then I'm going to give you a very nice energetic meditation at the end to do with your gut and organ system. You guys get it all with brain education. The body, the energy, the spirit, the focus. Beautiful work. Now, let's get to work. All right, so let's go ahead and clear the decks. If you guys had a whiteboard or a notebook, go ahead and get rid of that now. And get rid of the chairs. All right. Wonderful. Okay, so you guys can see me clearly? Beautiful. Make sure you're in a place that you can always see me, whether you're on the floor or standing. All right, so first and foremost, let's go ahead and go straight to a warm-up exercise. But first, let's greet each other. This is a Korean practice in origin, so we want to learn a little bit of that culture, all right? So this is important for spirit, the mindset that you have. When you're here, it doesn't matter that you have problems, don't have problems, are happy, are sad, you're all human, and you all came from heaven. So let's say this word, 반갑습니다. It means nice to see you, but the real meaning is you look like heaven. To me, to my eyes, you look like you came from heaven. So let's go ahead and say that to each other. 반갑습니다. You guys ready? 반갑습니다. And then go ahead and greet your neighbors, your friends, anyone around you or on the virtual chat. 반갑습니다. 반갑습니다. Beautiful job. All right, everybody, let's get started. So first up, we got intestine exercise, really important to warm up before we begin. Bend your knees, toes pointed forward, about shoulder width apart, and go ahead and tuck in your hips, right so. So if your back is like this, if you roll the hips down, then your back looks nice and flat, or just bend the knees. Generally, we'll tuck a little bit and relax the low back. So from here, hands over the intestines, and let's begin. It's really simple. Pull in the intestines. Oh, let's center myself. Yep, pull in the intestines and push out the intestines. Just like that. You don't need the hands, actually. Your body can do it all by itself. But the hands are there to keep your mind focused here. Very important. In brain education, we focus on conscious movement, on conscious exercise. So your mind has to always be where you're moving. What does it mean to feel that place? Just focus on what you feel in that place. So if you feel the squeezing, the pushing, if you feel the temperature underneath your hands, so try and bring your mind sensation entirely to this place as you move in and out. Now this isn't a breathing exercise, so try not to match the breathing to the movement. Just breathe naturally whenever you feel like breathing. Don't hold the breath. Move in and out naturally. Now, if you want to match the breathing because it's hard not to match it, then go ahead and match the breathing. But all I want you to focus on is the movement and feeling what you're moving, right? So focus here. Great job. All right, Hannah, Fatma, Heba, Jane, Karen, Karina, everybody, you're doing wonderful. Keep your focus right there. Focusing in and out. 3, 4, good job. 5, 6, 7, nice. 8, 9, 10. Keep focused, mind here, and try to relax your shoulders. You might notice them creep up a little bit because you are activating that meridian. So relax the shoulders away from the ears and try again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice job. So you can feel, if you're very sensitive, the low back kind of being pulled because the fascia that's connecting from the spine, from the muscles in your spine or around your spine to the organs. It's like the pouch that's carrying your organs. So when you move your abdomen like this, you're moving the skin underneath the skin that's holding onto the organs, and that starts to release a little bit, and so your organs sit a little easier. They don't have as much strain, they don't have as much tension, and so you don't build up as much inflammation. Yes, inflammation isn't just caused by what you eat or what you don't eat, but also by the stress and the tension under which the organ is under. It's also affected by how much stress you have overall in your mind and how much tension physically you place on the organs too. So much affects your inflammation, and inflammation is what helps you feel the pain, but it's not bad. It just tells you there's something there. So let's get rid of our inflammation, move the circulation in there, and try to move out all those swellings around the organs, all that tightness around the organs. Let's do a final 20 count right here. 2, 3, 4, 5, good job. 6, 7, right there. Relax the face, make your face nice and comfortable. 8, 9, 10, final 10. 1, 2, good job everybody. 3, 4, great job Fatma. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. So if you feel low back pain or low back tension, in the beginning it's alright. You might get more uncomfortable before you feel more relief. So try and relax that part out. But it's okay if you feel more tension in the beginning. So try and shake out the shoulders a little bit. Notice that they may feel a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more mobile than how you started. And now, I'm going to surprise you with something. So go ahead and check your flexibility, right? So if you know how flexible you usually are, we didn't do any stretches yet, I want you to kind of bend forward and reach, or try and reach your feet. You'll notice that you'll land a little bit more closer to the floor or with less tension than how you would usually have tension inside your back or the back of the legs. That's proof that your low back is getting circulation, your hip joints and your muscles around the hips are getting softer because of the circulation, just like that. So we're going to test again later on, and you're going to be surprised again, hopefully, by what you feel, what you notice with your eyes in terms of the distance, or the overall difference in, let's say, where you feel it as well. So go ahead here. Let's stretch out the legs, and we're going to activate by bending the hip joint a little bit more as we do this as an exercise. So sit the hips, bend the knees. You can open up the feet this time a little bit, and hands right here. Lean forward gently, so it's a slight angle, not too much. Let me show you. So just about this much, not more, right? So we're not over here yet, just about this, okay? So from here, let's go ahead, lean forward, and let's begin pulling in and out. So here you can start to feel that low back more. Good, because we're bending the hips. There's a bigger angle in the hips right there, so we are affecting the hip joint, and the hip joint is connected to the low back. So as we move the intestines in and out, breathe naturally and relax that shoulder. 4, 5, good job. 6, 8, 9, 10. Let's do another 10 in this position, and you might feel your low back slowly squeeze with more tension. That's okay. Allow it, accept it. But the good thing is that you're reconnecting with your body and its feeling. So does it scare you? Notice that emotion. Relax the face. Breathe out that emotion. Good. This is a good form of accepting and releasing. Let's do another 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great job, everybody. On the tube, over in Zoom. Wonderful seeing all of you. I'm really inspired by your presence. 9 and 10. Good. All right. Go ahead and sweep round. Exhale through. Great. So the first thing you should notice is temperature. Your body's already beginning to rise with its temperature. That means that most of the circulation is heading down there, and you're sensing it. That's how you notice the temperature difference. And in fact, it's something called a skull pump. When you lean forward and you activate the intestines moving in and out like this, your sacrum slowly actually tilts every time you pull the intestines. So when that sacrum kind of pulls down, it tugs on the spine. So your spine all the way is being pulled down by that sacrum, and that spine is affecting your skull. So this is like craniosacral therapy. When you pull the spine, you make more room inside your skull, and then nice spinal fluid comes through your brain and cools it off, and you think more clear. There is so much benefit that comes out of this very simple exercise. The science is deep, and we do workshops on this also if you want to join the gut workshop coming up soon. All right, so go ahead, let's move to the next exercise and affect different angles. So now, move over to one side. Turn it over this way and lean forward. So you notice there's an extension of the back, but you are squeezing one part of your organs. If it's your left side, that's the stomach side, so you're pushing up on your stomach. If it's the right side, that's your liver side. So go ahead here, lean towards the knee, and let's begin 20 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're feeling it pull here. You're feeling it on the hip joint, but your intestines are constantly moving. Every time you pump, more serotonin starts to release, more dopamine starts to release, and you start to feel less and less pains. And so that's kind of exaggerating the effects of the hormone release and the changes happening here. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, don't hold in the breath. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. All right, go ahead and sweep that beautiful warmth happening right there. So sometimes I mix it up every gut class. So just because you attend one gut class doesn't mean it's going to be the same each time. Sometimes I incorporate some meridian stretches or some meridian tapping to kind of help release that part. But I want to focus today on just stimulating the gut directly. All right, so over here, let's go to the other side. So bend with one foot. Now, of course, if you're more flexible, by all means, get down a little lower, come down a little bit more. If you trust yourself and your body more, do it. Bend, and here, and let's begin. 1, 2, 3. But I generally hold a more moderate stance to kind of help someone who's just starting to kind of get into a comfortable stance first. As you guys get more confident, please, by all means, exaggerate. Go a little bit more. Challenge yourself a little bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. 8. Keep focusing here. 9, 10. Let's do 10 more on this side. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. Go ahead and sweep round. Release. That's the one. Wow. So you can even notice how your shoulders continue to feel a little lighter each time, right? That's just a symptom, right? Just to show you how your shoulders are connected to how your gut is feeling. Okay, so let's keep going with that same thing now, right? So this is getting a little bit more advanced. So what we're going to do is we're going to expose the organ, the opposite of what we did. Here we kind of pressured the organ. Now we're going to expose it and then move. So let's go ahead like this. Palm facing the sky, bend the elbow, bend the wrist, and then leaning over to one side, right? So now we're feeling out the side of the torso here, placing one hand here. And now turn the body. Ooh, see that what you're feeling? That's either your stomach meridian or your liver meridian right there. And now let's move the intestines. 1, ooh, 2, good. See that fascia? Stretching is not enough. You need to actually move with a stimulation, a palpation. So there's opening with the stretching, the meridian is being exposed, the emotion is being exposed, but now you're also moving the circulation coming in and out of that meridian. That's it. Let's do 10 more on this side. 2. If you start to feel some numbness or tingling sensation in your fingers, that's okay, because we are pinching the nerves a little bit, so you will feel that numbness or tingling inside your fingers. Breathe out, stay calm, you're fine. Smile, tell your brain it's okay. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Release. More temperature rising, more of that passion rising. You're feeling your energy rise up a little bit, and your overall body feels a little lighter, more energized. That's the key. That's the key. So over here, bend the palm or face the palm up, bend the elbow, lean over to one side, right then and there, and then tilt the spine back. Then you're exposing the opposite side meridian. There we go. And let's start to stimulate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my thumb is like almost on my navel. So the rest of my palm is on my lower abdomen, my belly button, and my rest of the abdomen. Good. Let's keep going. 10 more on this side. 2, 3, 4. Again, if you're feeling tingles here, that's okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhaling out. Beautiful job. Sweep round. Doing well. Good. All right, so let's continue to expose as we do this. So notice that your body is more balanced and your mind is more calm, more cool. Okay, so now we're going to involve more twisting of the organs. This is going to be interesting, guys. So here, hips bend, knees bent, and let's go ahead and put our elbows down on our thighs. So we're resting down here in a nice squat position. We're not going to spend too long, so don't worry. I just want you to twist out your organs a little bit. This is beautiful for the spine and really great for the organs. Twisting out the organs. So twist here and try and focus right down here. Pulling and pushing. 1, 2, 3. So you can see my intestines are moving on their own like that. 5, 6. Even if you're moving this much, like not so much, just this much, it's enough. The main point is that you're trying. You're going to really feel your back, and that's good. 8, 9, 10. Good. And then, let's take a break. Maybe it's a bit too much with the thighs, right? Go ahead and twist the spine out. Oh, now we're really feeling how much tension is inside our back, right? Good. So that's recognizing is really powerful. Recognizing your own condition is number 1 to changing it. So here, let's go ahead again. And then coming down, elbows to our thighs, like so. And then go ahead and twist to the other side, push with the elbow, right? So your shoulder is tilting inwards. Now back to the intestines. 2. So you have to push out to really feel it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there. 8, 9, 10. Whoa. You see how much good we're making? So your spine is completely being pulled open and then twisted. And then the intestines is moving in and out, and it's bringing in so much circulation. If you can feel it, put your hand on your low back. Do you notice how warm your low back is right now? That warmth is golden for your microbiome system to thrive, for your lymphatic system to drain all the toxins out. That's golden heat right there. All right, so let's try again. This time, a little bit more twist and challenge. So bear with me. I'm going to challenge you a little bit, but it's going to be really good. Okay, so over here. And we're going to come down a little bit lower. Okay, now this time, I want you to try and put your hands down. So if you're up here, it's okay. But try and use the hand to kind of pull your body even more than before. Try and keep this knee out, because your knee sometimes wants to follow you, right? So try and keep the knee out. Spread the hips so you can open up this joint. Use the palm here. Now if you're really flexible, you can be down here and just pull the hand, look up, and there. 1, 2, 3, 4, stay with it, I know. 5, breathe out, smile, tell your brain it's okay. 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. Warriors. I know. Some of these positions are a little awkward, a little weird, but so good for hip flexibility, low back flexibility, releasing the hormones that are happening inside your gut system. So well done. All right, let's go ahead to the other side. Make sure you give it a little twist, gentle. It's kind of like you're giving yourself some self-care and love. It's okay. It'll be over soon. Tell yourself everything has a beginning and everything has an end. All right? So go ahead one more time. Right there. Try and get the hand down, right? So if you're up here, less flexible, that's okay. But we want to twist a little bit more and keep that knee out, right? You don't want to kind of have it cave inwards, out. Okay? Try again. Pull out. And let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful job. All right, time to get the mat. Not to lie down just yet, but just to do a few more exercises, and then we're going to do the breathing posture. So go ahead and get your mat. Now, if you don't have a mat, that's okay. In fact, a simple plush carpet is fine. A nice rug or even a nice blanket from your bed. Anything with a little soft landing to it. That's all you really need. But preferably not a hardwood floor like mine, okay? Okay, so from here, go ahead. 1 foot up and 1 foot down. This is going to be really nice. What I'd like you to do is turn the body so that you feel the hip is nice and open. Put that knee down, and it's okay what the toes are doing behind. So like if it's like this or like that, that's okay. But the idea is just twist to the front and then right there. So it's really pushing up on this side of the intestines, and the rest is nice and comfortable. Try it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So MK, so long as you guys are following me just fine, you're happy with the camera, then that's good. So don't worry, because this is a webinar, guys. It's like a one-way video stream, but I'm happy so long as you guys can follow my progress. Of course, with your camera turned on, maybe in a meeting later on, let's say if you join a workshop, it's important for me as a trainer to kind of assess and diagnose whether you're doing the movement right. But please make sure that you can always kind of check out. That's why I add extra cues in these onlines to make sure you're following well. So it's okay. Don't worry about it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Great. And 10. Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead to the other side now. Switch over. 1 knee up and 1 knee down. Now remember, don't face in the same direction as your knee. Turn away from the knee. So there you have that hip opening. Okay, so from here, let's go again. 1, 2, 3. Good. Smile. Tell your brain it's okay. 4, 5, 6. Great. 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do 10 more. 1. So some of you may be like, oh my God, all this heat. If you really are focusing on this place, conscious movement, conscious exercise, you'll notice your back tension has softened up a little bit. And that means your mind is getting cooler and a lot more calmer. If you believe that physical tension can reflect on mental tension and vice versa, you know how exactly they're the same thing. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow, great job. Okay, so do you guys want a fun posture? It's one of my favorites. I'm sometimes embarrassed to do it in public because, you know, but you guys can't see, well, I can't see you, so you can take your take your comfort doing this. I call it the beach pose. So I'm gonna go ahead and lie on one side. The reason why I like to do it is because it's so nice to let the organs go to one side of the body. So have a seat like me, one knee directly up, one knee to the screen or towards your camera or whatever. And you could either rest on your elbow like this, and you see how the organs just kind of drop down to one side. That's how we want it. Now, if you feel more comfortable and this is like painful in your shoulder, especially if you have some, you know, damaged injuries here before, you might even go all the way down like this. But that's okay. The idea is that the intestines drop to one side. That's the point. So I'm going to stay up here. 1, 2, or 3. Up to you. So here, knee up. Make sure the hip is nice and open. Keep that one up. And let's go ahead with the intestines. This will be your last exercise before we do breathing. 1, 2, focus here. So you see how gravity is helping us by pulling the organs down? That's what we want. 4, 5, 6. And all you got to focus on is moving in and out and focusing on the feeling. 8, 9, 10. Great job. Let's do 5 more. 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. So you notice in all these exercises, there was no focus so much on synchronizing the breath, but more just breathing whenever you felt like you needed to. So don't trap your breath in this body. Let it go. All right. So let's move to the other side. Good. Like I said before, here, here, or all the way flat. Okay? Knee up, knee straight. And let's move. 1, 2. Good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo. So you can see how slowly, every time we take that step, your body gets a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more relaxed. Okay, so time now to get to the floor. So go ahead and rest your back down on the floor, knees up, feet flat. Whew. Okay, and make sure you're in a place where you can clearly see what it is I'm doing. Okay, first and foremost, we're going to do something called hip bouncing to help relax the low back, and then we're going to go straight to breathing. Okay, so hip bouncing helps release the waist meridians, the energy that's trapped here, and releases the low back. So we're going to just do 30. Let me show you how to do it. Just lift up and drop. So it's like you're tapping the floor or the mat with your low back, and we're going to repeat it. So let gravity drop. So lift and just drop. Lift and drop the weight. Let's repeat this 30 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Really drop the weight. Don't try and control the drop. It's okay. You just need to lift about 2 or 3 inches off the floor. And let's go again. Another 15. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this isn't your first time doing hip bouncing. Let's do a quick pace right now. So it's going to be like tap, 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 just like that. All right, let's go 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Beautiful. Relaxing the low back helps relax the gut. You better know it. It's so funny. In Eastern practices, the way to heal the front is the back, and the way to heal the back is the front. It's incredible. So now, bring in the knees, and go ahead and just hug them about 20 times. So here you're rolling, and you're massaging your low back on the floor. Can you feel it? Your sacrum, your low back, all the way up to the middle back sometimes. So it's like a gentle version of a rolling back, but I want you to focus on the low back only. Go ahead. A Let's do about 10 more. 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. Okay, everybody. We are ready for intestinal or abdominal breathing. The good part is there's not much to learn here because you were doing it all along, but this time we're going to match it with the movement of our breath. So what you want to do is activate the mind here. You need to imagine it or at least follow the feeling. So when I breathe in through my nose, I take it in and I either imagine I feel like it's coming down my lungs and it's expanding the abdomen. And then when I breathe out, so I know some practices or breathwork focuses on just through the nose, one side or the other side, but here it's about releasing tension. So you want as much out as possible. So focus a little bit more on the keep your mouth slightly open. So here, and exhaling out through the mouth. Make sure you tuck your chin in or put a slight pillow underneath your head because you don't want your head doing this and then blocking the passageway of your breath. So tucking the chin, make the neck long, and let's keep focusing on the breath. Inhale, exhale. Your target, your mind, is the dungeon. The lower abdomen, out through the mouth. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Keep focusing here for a few more breaths. Inhale. Continue to imagine, don't let your mind escape. Follow the breath down and exhaling right out through the mouth. Imagine like even toxins or even thoughts or emotions escape through your breath as well. This is real metamorphosis and healing. When you breathe out, history comes out. When you breathe in, creativity and possibility enter. Attachments exit. Final breath in this posture. Good job. Let's go from here towards lifting up the hip. So you're going to have the same posture with the feet. Just lift up your hip gently, slowly off the floor. Ideally, you want it in the same line as your chest and your knees, one straight line. But if you're down here, forgive yourself, it's okay. But try and stay up here and rest your elbows to the side, so even if your hands spread out, that's okay. And continue with the same breathing. Inhale. You see how I really push out, and then exhale. That's super important. Really inhale like there's a balloon in here. And exhale. Keep your mind focused here at all times. Exhale. Notice even the quality of my breath is smooth, it's soft, it's not aggressive or hard. So it's not, it's nothing like that. Inhale smoothly. And exhale smoothly. The quality of your breath determines the nature of your mind. If your breath is smooth and soft, you transform your mind to be exactly those things. Keep going. So you might feel some tensions here in the legs. That's okay. You might feel some tensions in the low back. That's also okay. Try and stay up as much as you can. And if you drop, lift back up again when you're ready. But these are the exercises that help contain energy inside your abdomen. They activate the meridians that pull in energy into the body. So this is an accumulation as well as circulation posture. Good. Slowly down. And continue by lifting one leg up, just like that. Let's keep that going when you're over here. Roll the toes back. Keep the knees bent. Here. Focus. Inhale. So almost 90 degrees bend with the leg. Yes? And keep breathing in and out. Good job. Vina, good job. Nora, good job. Macarena, Karen, Heba, Fatma, and Emma K. Everyone else, keep going, focusing only on your dungeon and the passage of your breath. So you see how we're squeezing up on one meridian side, releasing on the other. Relaxing the leg down and lifting up. Toes back. Keep focused. Inhale. Exhale. Keep your mind focused on feeling the breath coming in and out. And if you're feeling some hip tensions here, that's perfect actually. It means you really are opening up the meridians. The blockages that are in the way of activating and moving your circulation are trying to open up. So tensions in the beginning of the posture, it's okay. Soon they will reveal and relieve themselves. Keep focused right here. Slight bend. Try to make it at 90 degrees and flex the toes back a little bit. Couple more breaths on this side. Inhale. Exhale. And slowly release. Great job. Now I want you to slowly come to one side and come up to a seated posture. Good. All right. So from here, we're going to go to our meditation. And our meditation is going to be nice, and it's going to be more comfortable if you actually prep up your hip. So if you have a mat like mine, I'm going to show you how to do that. If you don't, use a pillow or any kind of like soft object underneath your hip. So one way I like to, and this is why I love these mats. They have memory foam, so they kind of remember how they used to be shaped. I roll it a few times, so there's some thickness to it. And that's where I sit. And so it'll prep up my hip. And the angle on my hip won't be as severe. Just like that. Bam. So there. My hips are a lot more flushed. Easier to sit in a seated posture for a longer time. So you can even sit in half lotus or just one foot in front of the other. Nothing really changes much for the purpose of this exercise. So first, let's sensitize our hands a little bit. Your hands are going to be super helpful in trying to feel out this next meditation. Beautiful energy meditation for anyone who would like to connect with their energy body. So go ahead and rub a few times. Make it a little warmer, softer. Feel the heat. Yeah, no forcefulness, no power. Just rubbing and slowly building more and more heat. And you want to kind of like rub the outside of the fingers, the inside of the fingers. Just really kind of like make sure you feel all sides of the insides of the palms so you can really activate all the senses here. Are you ready? Let's begin. Lights. You want to bring your hands here in front of your lower abdomen. In the beginning, just hold them steady. And you're feeling the sensation coming from your abdomen. Good. Slowly your hands begin to move naturally, in and out. Good. Keep that focus. In and out. Beautiful. In and out. Nice. Can you feel this? Try and move your hands more exploratively, more playfully. There. You can feel the energy coming out and through your danjan. This is your second chakra, and you can sense how powerful the energy is inside your body. Is it warm? Does it feel comfortable? This is a great energy meditation to do at the end of your day, especially after you've had a long day, or if you've had a practice, let's say movement or breathing, to kind of connect with your energy body and activate your spirit. So your mind is focused here. And there's a lot of benefits from doing this form of training, even in terms of your brain waves. Your brain waves slow down from a thinking state, beta, to an alpha, a feeling state. Your mind becomes more relaxed and more focused, and you access more brain potential and creativity just by feeling exactly this feeling. So try and see if you can expand and still feel it in your palms and up to one point. You can even try and find the shape of your field. You know, how big is it? To what point can you feel it? Now your energy field can be so big, but maybe you're only sensitive to it to this point. You need a little bit more sensitivity training to expand and still feel it. I know your energy is huge. You must have increased it through this training. There's no choice. You were so focused on just this area. This is your resilience, this is your core, your purpose, your vision, your steady mind and your steadfast mind. If you focus on the energy in this part of the body, very little can move you from your purpose, from your direction, no matter what direction or purpose you choose. And if you have a strong sense for it, if you walk around your life with a strong sense for the heat, the warmth, the comfort inside your body, how comfortable it feels. Comfort, everybody. How many of us truly feel comfortable inside our body? How many of us truly feel comfortable with ourselves? You are creating comfort. You are creating trust. You are creating sense inside your body just by doing this. You are creating confidence in yourself to know that you can create all these feelings just by something you did, just by something you are, just by something you chose. Well done. If you feel a deep sense of peace here, then you've accessed the final part of our training, your mind, your spirit, your information. If you're able to focus so much on the right information, then you've developed enough focus to weed out what is unnecessary. And if you focus enough on just the feeling, not the thought, then you've also achieved the goal of this meditation. Feeling. Connectedness. Good job. Go ahead and relax your hands down. Take a deep breath in, inhale. And exhaling out. Inhale one more time. Exhaling out. One last time. Inhale. And exhaling out. Let's go ahead and rub the hands one more time. This time try and make them feel nice and warm, nice and comfortable. Focus on the palms, yeah? And when these are going to land right onto your eyes to make them nice and hot. Good. And then go ahead and cover your eyes, rolling your eyes to the right, rolling your eyes to the left, up and down, and then slowly sweep the face, sweep the head, shoulders, chest, all the way down to your knees. Great job. Let's go ahead and thank each other, and then I'm going to have you share a bit of your feeling. I'm going to have a few announcements for you at the end, which are pretty exciting. So go ahead and put your hands over your center, your dungeon. Let's greet each other. The word means thank you, and it says kamsamnida. Kamsamnida! And go ahead and thank your neighbors and your virtual friends here. Kamsamnida! Kamsamnida! Well done, well done, well done, well done. Awesome, awesome job. All right, everybody. So go ahead and please share your feelings, share your sensation. How was your experience? What did you realize about yourself? What did you learn through this experience? These are the quintessential golden nuggets that you can give yourself in this moment here. Anyone on the Zoom or the Tube, be free in what you share today. Feels so beautiful. My crown chakra opened. It does, Miss Vina. You're absolutely right. Even when it comes to the fulcrum, dungeon comes down through the power circle through your Huyum, or otherwise first chakra, and then swoop, swings back up through the spine and knocks that thing back open. Wonderful realization. The way up is down. Good. All right. So if anyone else has something to share, feels great, fresh to start my day. Yes, Hiba, you are amazing, amazing star coming in all the way from San Diego. This is a beautiful way to start your morning, actually. Beautiful way to kind of keep centered and growing. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, if anyone else has something to share, please do. I'm going to start ahead with the announcements. So first and foremost, guys, you're going to get an email soon, hopefully, with just you guys to kind of tell us what timings you're looking at for the Ramadan schedule and or non-Ramadan schedule. We're about to close with a survey poll, so be sure to answer that if you want to pitch in with our ideas on what to do and when to do them. And also, thank you, Noon. Appreciate you being here. And also, try to keep a lookout, because we got a little bit of a nice project coming in. The Master Maz podcast is coming up in a couple of months. We've already started recording episodes for season 1. And our first recording actually involves Anastasia from Latvia. And her and I, she's a master actually in brain education, and she just had her first baby. And her and I will be talking about pre- and postnatal education when it comes to consciousness, emotion, human behavior, and the mind. It's crazy the angle we're taking here on this kind of education. So please keep an eye out for that. It's a vivid education. We're going to be talking about mastery. You're going to be talking about, yes, thank you, Heba. You did see that. It's an incredible venture. We're going to be talking with athletes. We're going to be talking with so many people. Would you consider some meditation or breathing sessions specifically for fasting during Ramadan? Yes, actually. So here's the thing. Thanks for that suggestion, MK. We're actually going to be starting a 20-session course during Ramadan. You can sign up for all 20, just 10 or one by one, and that's going to be in the evening, so kind of like a nighttime meditation, but also for those who are fasting after iftar. And it's going to be like a 40 to 50 minute routine focused primarily on breathing, but also activating a little bit of the meridians in the body, and that's going to be help to clear the emotions for meditation and breathing specifically. So you read our mind. It's exactly that. So we are going to do that. Heroes, for any of your teenager friends or moms who have teenagers, we're going to be doing that, a tandem online training as well. And all our Qigong offline sessions are going to be moving online. So be sure to have a lookout for that. Let's see, what else is out there? Yes, please give us your feedback and any other programs you'd like to suggest. We're going to be opening 2 6-week program modules. Very exciting stuff. Myself and Master Dai are going to run those. It's going to be a 6-week module on chakra and body energy connection. That's like our pivotal core in education. And the other one is going to be trauma-informed therapy through somatic emotional learning. That's another 6-week module that's going to be opening up hopefully soon. So be sure to keep a lookout for that. Yes, thank you. And that's going to be amazing for you guys to join. So spread the word. We're going to send you that email with the poll survey. So please be sure to write down your ideas for the timings, Ramadan and non-Ramadan. And when it says any feedback or advice, give us your feedback on what programs you'd like us to kind of perform on these topics we just discussed, and we'll be happy to read all your comments. I really appreciate your input all the time, because in the end, this is in the end to help you thrive, to help you grow, to help you your brain power and your body power and your energy power. All right, everybody. So that's it from me. I hope that you guys enjoyed this session, and we'll be coming back soon. We have Tuesday Instagram, and we have Thursday also in Arabic. You can join the practical session if you don't have the Arabic language well put, but definitely the movement well put. So all right, everybody. That's it from me, Master Maz. Oh, nice. Thank you, Heba, for that input. Appreciate you putting that work in for that survey. Really appreciate it. All right, everybody. That's me, Master Maz here from Brain Education Middle East, and I'll see you next time. Out.